Recording. Hello and welcome back to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students. Today we're on lesson 74. There is no will but God's. The idea for today can be regarded as the central thought towards which all our exercises are directed. God is the only will. When you have recognized this, you have recognized that your will is His. The belief that conflict is possible has gone. Peace has replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you have no goal but His.
There is great peace in today's idea, and the exercises for today are directed towards finding it. The idea itself is wholly true. Therefore, it cannot give rise to illusions. Without illusions, conflict is impossible. Let us try to recognize this today and experience the peace this recognition brings.
Begin the longer practice periods by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in mind. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Then spend several minutes in adding some related thoughts, such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God's wills peace for His Son. During this introductory phase, be sure to deal quickly with any conflict thoughts that may cross your mind. Tell yourself immediately, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless.
If there is one conflict area that seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out for special consideration. Think about it briefly, but very specifically identify the particular person or persons and the situation or situations involved, and tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with Him. My conflicts about blank cannot be real.
After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal, but the difference is easily detected. If you are succeeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness rather than a feeling of drowsiness and enervation.
Joy characterizes peace. By this experience, will you recognize that you have reached it? If you feel yourself slipping off into withdrawal, quickly repeat the idea for today and try again. Do this as often as necessary. There is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal, even if you do not experience the peace you seek.
In the shorter periods, which should be taken at regular and predetermined intervals today, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek His peace today. Then try to find what you are seeking. A minute or two every half hour with eyes closed, if possible, would be well spent on this today.
Wow.
There is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal.
What does that mean?
To me, like, I go through stages where I feel really productive and happy. Not that I'm happy, but feel really productive and active. And then I have days where I don't want to touch, and it's usually referring to my bookkeeping. I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. And I
Just
can't
resistance.
So that's the resistance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So by refusing, I'm guessing, to retreat into the withdrawal where I don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
I need to resist that.
Yeah, and there's also they talk about conflict too. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. And yet
Right.
there's a feeling of conflict.
Yeah.
So that feeling can't define the will of God. It tries to.
Yes, it tries to.
And it tries to convince you that it's real. But then this lesson is saying, no, there is no will but God's.
Yeah. But is it God's will that I do bookkeeping? So I just love the conflict because this is so it's like it happens a lot. Like I
So
just
does
Mm-hmm.
that mean
oh,
we
and today
want?
I'm feeling like I'm going to have a really productive day. Like I've got really some work to do. And that yesterday it was like, oh, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I was
Cool.
at a client's,
Yeah.
but I came home with the purpose of doing the work. Don't even ask me what I did. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. I
It
didn't
just
make dinner.
evaporated when you walked in the door.
Yep. And I'm not judging it. It is what it is. I'm not,
Mhm,
I'm maybe
mhm.
being a little hard on myself because I should be doing stuff. I have some clients that I need to bill and I need to get their work done and GST and blah, 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 blah. All this
Mm-hmm.
stuff that means nothing. But yeah, so it's funny. It comes up a lot.
And
Well,
it's just a
knowing that doesn't.
program. Isn't it like, it sounds like a program of another will. Like
Yeah,
it appears like there's another will going on.
to do nothing.
Yeah, and to resist something else. Like, but it's always just always been the will of God. But is there like an attraction or something to conflict? Like but that's not our conflict.
Right.
It's just
Maybe.
another idea of
Yeah.
conflict
Yeah.
or another. It seems like there's another will going on, but it's not. It's an. It's not real, but we keep making it real, I guess,
Yes.
Yeah.
because
We
I
do,
am
because
at peace. We
how else
are
do you
peace.
go through the world if you don't kind of feel that things are real?
Say that again, Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying that things aren't real, but how do we motivate ourselves if, you have this program of this is an illusion running in the background? It kind of is a bit undermining.
Yeah, it feels like we're in denial of
Well,
what's
why would you go to work? Aside, because if everything's an illusion, why do we do anything? Who
that's a
who would who
very
would want to
good
be
question.
who would want to do accounting? Who would want to do, I don't know, flipping burgers at McDonald's? Who would want to do those things if they have this understanding running in the background? You'd be like, screw it, nothing means anything.
Right. And we're going to do it anyway because it is just a dream and we don't have any control
Hmm.
because these characters are not real either, but it's like we're compelled.
Yeah,
It's like we're kind of attached. We're attached to all these comings and goings and doings.
yeah.
And yet so we get to just be the witness of it all.
Hmm.
But there is something real behind it all. And that is who we really are. We are
And we have to
peace.
have these experiences to remember that.
Yes, we need to yeah,
I
we
don't
have to
know.
go through the illusion to remember that we're in one.
Hmm.
Yeah, how do you know? I wouldn't have known if I wasn't in this illusion and going through all these phases that I've gone the last several years,
Yeah.
that this is an illusion. I would have had no idea.
Yeah.
So now we're aware, and now that's all that needs to be done. We just need to be aware of it. That's all. We continue doing what we're doing. We continue
Hmm.
gardening, continue doing accounting, we continue, you know, like just
I
what
just
it
wish
is.
I
Like
found more joy in it. But
Hmm.
yeah,
right.
every day, not
But
just some days.
and is that a requirement? Well,
No.
the feeling of joy doesn't necessarily have to be a requirement because we are already joy. We just
Hmm.
forgot.
Hmm. Oh, trust me, on the days that I'm not doing my bookkeeping, I'm quite happy with doing the nothing that I'm doing, whatever. I don't even know what I did, but I'm still in a peaceful, happy state. I just have this. bad cop on my shoulder going, you should be doing your bookkeeping. And if you look around my house on my chair here, I've got a big stack of paperwork, and on my dining room or my coffee table, big stack. I just want to get through it so I can put it away. But
Mhm.
and once
Yes.
I start and it's fun, then it just keeps going. But my friend gave me some clients that it's messy. It's super messy. So it's not fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So there is there
but
was
I
a
know I'm
there
still happy,
there
peaceful.
was a decision to do it though, to do accounting.
Yeah.
Way back when there
Yeah.
was a decision. It's like, but then over time things start to feel like, well, do I still want to do this? Right? There's a questioning,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. And I've said this to friends. I said, I have my bookkeeping and I have my divine child healing. I have my Reiki. I have my escapulist healing, unit, frequency unit. I
Hmm.
have, I have I'm in this path right now with two very different things. And I make good money here, which makes life easier.
Mhm.
I don't have the clientele. I don't have the confidence. I don't have whatever it takes to do these, but very soon it's going to go like this.
But we still have to question, what is our goal? Like what are we doing here? Is what we're is what is our goal, right? Our goal is to be present with ourselves, to
Yeah.
remember who we really are, not
Yeah.
to have not to just have a comfortable life like that, because that's still dreaming.
Mhm. Mhm.
Do we want to keep dreaming? Yeah, it's nice to have a happy dream, but we want to we want to realize that we are not really here.
Yes.
It's we just appear here. Like,
Yes. Well, it's funny. I looked in the mirror this morning and it's like, oh, I can still see me. Remember you said there was
oh,
somebody who couldn't see himself anymore? I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I can still see me. Shit.
And and that can actually be a cause for celebration. Like we can
Yeah.
be in the dream, but we're not of the dream.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we can actually kind of co-create in the dream.
Yeah.
We could make intentional decisions, intentional, and this is what we're doing. I am at peace. Nothing can
Yeah.
disturb me. My will is God's. And it's a decision.
Yeah.
It's a present decision to remember who we really are.
Mhm.
And in that present moment, there's nothing but pure joy. But as soon as there's a story, we take ourselves out of the
Yeah.
presence.
That's right. We do.
But we can't. There's no possible way to get out of the presence, but we can
Mhm.
pretend to,
Yeah. And I sure do.
because there's a desire still for conflict. Not that we're making that decision, it's just already being
It's
made
kind of
for us,
natural.
or
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
happening.
It's
So
just happening.
there's no one to point fingers at, because there's really nobody else but God's will here anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the conflict is meaningless. It's all meaningless. It doesn't have any meaning.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to add that.
These conflict thoughts are meaningless, it says. And my conflicts about blank cannot be real. So we're leaving
Right?
conflict behind. It's like it's it's a decision, and it's not even it was a decision made long ago that conflicts are no more not real. Even though we're still believing that they are, but it's all just it was a dream, and we're still thinking the dream is real.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we're still waking up out
Yeah.
of a
Oh,
long slumber.
absolutely.
Like this, it's been a long
Absolutely.
slumber, and we're going, oh, you want to hear my dream? Oh, you want to hear my dream? Like we're still talking about it,
Yeah.
and it's over.
Yeah. It is.
but
Yeah.
we're still.
It's a bit trippy at this state because, like Kelly says, we have this body. It does appear to be here. And I do have things to do and rent to pay and taxes to do and it but
Mhm.
so it's kind of funny.
But you know what? This body doesn't always appear. Even sometimes it disappears. It's not always here. Like
Right.
when you're in a state of joy, it does disappear. There's this feeling of unity and connection,
Yeah. That's
and
true. Yeah.
it literally isn't there. We don't have awareness of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can feel my toes, I can feel my feet, I can my hands. And then it seems to appear again.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then there's times when we're not aware of it again. It's gone.
Yeah.
So it's very temporary. It's not
It's
solid
permanent,
because
but
some
it has a feeling of being temporary because we come back and sit in chairs and put our arms, elbows on tables and move
it's
mouses
it's
and
only it remembered.
yeah.
The body's remembered, but it's not really permanent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just comes and goes, just like everything else.
Well, in the very first line, the idea for today can be regarded as the central thought towards which all our exercises are directed. So I feel like these lessons right here are really pivotal
Mm-hmm.
in, because we talked a lot yesterday about all the, um, I mean, when I read, what is it? I will there be light. I'm like, what is
I will
that?
there be light. Yeah.
But the things I underlined for you, above all else, you want the freedom to remember who you really are.
Yes.
Such is your will in truth, and so salvation is your will as well. You want to succeed in what you are trying to do today. Um, what else did I underline?
And we're free to change our mind at any moment of the day. If we're in conflict, because our will is free, we get to choose again, like
Right.
the will that is true and real,
Yes.
not the fake one. We get to change our mind.
The belief that conflict is possible has gone. That's a number one. What?
That's good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
highlighted that right away.
Peace.
it's a
Peace has
belief,
replaced the strange idea that we are torn by conflict.
like conflicting
Conflicting
goals.
goals, sorry.
Yeah.
You have no goals but his. There is great
So,
peace in today's idea, and the exercises are directed towards finding it. The
Mm-hmm.
idea itself is wholly true.
and all we want, like, what do we want in a relationship, even, right? What do we want in relationships? What brings joy in the relationships? It's it's reflection. It's a reflection back to us. Like when you say something and I reflect back to you what you just said, I
Mm-hmm.
mirror you. It feels like a joining. It feels like a reunion. Like
Yeah,
we're actually just there's only oneness here. And when we feel heard and seen and understood, there's a feeling of fulfillment and joy, right? There's no conflict. Like
Yeah.
if I
yeah,
say something and you repeat it after me, it's the same,
yeah,
right?
Mm.
It's the same message. If you say something and I oppose you, that's conflict.
yeah,
And so I have to decide what it is I want, right?
yeah,
So we can be aware of that throughout our day.
yeah, yeah,
It's like not having our own separate will from another person's will. Just it's a learning how to just be okay with whatever will there is. It's
Mm-hmm.
just what's happening, and to be inquisitive and curious about like empathy, like empathizing with people instead of opposing them.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
It's a choice. It's a present choice.
yeah,
And that's what I'm
yeah,
that's what I want and like, and I want my world to reflect that back to me. Like if
hmm
whatever I say, I just want it to be reflected back to me that it's a confirmation, it's joy, it's awareness, and that's the will of God, is to love me that I may love thee, right? It's there be a love, of reflection of love, a reflection of true joy and, yeah, and freedom, and yeah, we just want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
We
Mhm.
want to feel like we're not alone, or we don't want to feel like there's a separate will out there opposed to our own will. Like, we just want it to all be united, that feeling of we're all share the same will.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in this illusion, it doesn't feel like that at all, because I have no desire to do all the protests and to fight. That's just not what I want to
No,
do.
because we're changing our mind
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
That's what it's showing me is, oh, I guess I don't want conflict. That's good news.
it is good news. And that started
Otherwise,
years
we'd be
ago when I
protesting.
was leaving events where we rehashed all the shit that was going on. And I left feeling anxious and upset and stressed out and all these things. And that's when I found Michael Murdad, who studied this Course in Miracles. And I found great peace in that. And I thought, I really don't want to. I don't want to be a chicken, but I really don't want to do the protests. I don't want to fight.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
So,
so these
yeah,
morning and these daily morning calls, this is the result of that decision,
yeah,
right? It's
definitely.
taking action and going, okay, this is the action that needs to be taken to
Mhm.
remind myself and the people in my dream that there's just peace. I just want peace,
Yeah,
right? And we get
yeah,
to have any dream we want.
yeah, yeah. That's so true. And phew, I'm happy here.
Yes, because there was that will to reunite with our true self.
Yeah. I even said to my neighbors, we started talking and about things, right? Earthly things. And I just said, I don't care. I don't care what Trump's doing. I don't care what Carney's doing. I just don't care. I don't care what happens with the ostriches. I don't
You
care.
keep saying oysters.
I always do that. Oysters. I
I
don't know what
always, when I think about all these things that appear as conflict, I
Yeah.
always imagine that everybody it's all going to end up, um, there's a secret agenda that's actually beneficial for all. It's
Mm.
all going to turn out for the good. Like, there's a
Mhm.
saying, uh, it's all for good, but we don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
But it's all for
I think
good.
I feel that. I feel that. I didn't put that into words, but that's how I feel. We've had all this conflict and all these threats and all these things.
Hmm.
None of them have come to fruition. And we don't know if actually those people that were impacted, wherever they are, if it's still like we don't have any proof that any of it's happening. We're relying on external sources
Like,
that might
yeah,
show conflict in Gaza. So
but that
I'm
conflict is
believing that
actually
all of it is for
necessary.
good and
It's
that,
necessary
yeah, it's
because,
required. I've said that 100 times too, or a million
Mhm.
yeah,
times.
conflict is actually a catalyst for change. It
Yeah,
needs to actually appear.
yeah,
And so if we watch a good movie, and without the conflict, there can't be a happy ending.
right?
So we
Right.
have to have the conflict. I'm like, bring it on. Like, I'm excited to see what comes of it all. Like, that's how I see it. I'm just like, every time there's a conflict, or there's the next news is, oh, Trump and Elon broke up. They're not friends anymore. Whatever.
They
I'm going,
broke
Yeah.
up.
oh my God, this is so fun. Like,
I feel like I'm there too.
yeah,
Nothing sort of,
it's all fun
but
and
I'm
games.
still a little bit like, I don't care. And that feels a little harsh, but I don't. Let it play out. Let it play
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun. It's fun to
I'm just like,
watch at this point.
what's next? Like, I
What
don't know. It's
chaos
kind
could
of
be
like
next? That's so
it's like
fun.
the drama. Like, oh, I love drama movies. What's the
Mhm.
next drama? Because it's it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just smoke and mirrors. And if we can be upset, but then we have to ask ourselves, why do we want to be upset? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's something within us that seems to like it.
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
all happening for good.
It is. It all is happening for good,
Yeah.
even in the resistance.
Yeah.
We can be resistant for as long as we want, but it's still not going to change the will of God. It's all the will of God is already in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we can either
And
just go willingly or we can fight and have a temper tantrum along the way. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
it's going to happen anyways, or it's happened anyways. And, when you take the illusion of time out of it, it's already done.
It's
And
already,
it's already perfect and wrapped up in,
yes.
pretty pink bow, maybe.
So do we want to feel anxious or do we want to feel peaceful
Mm-hmm.
Right?
along the way?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. That's a good point along the
peaceful,
way.
Because this
obviously.
is the journey, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm judging my lack of interest in my bookkeeping because I know it's meaningless, right? So it
Yes.
it just makes it hard to do, and yet I know I'm
Because it's
peaceful, and
unraveling. That whole thing
yeah,
is unraveling.
yes, you're very right. You're very right. That's what it feels like. It's unraveling
Mm-hmm.
because the only reason bookkeeping exists is to prepare an income statement for people to do taxes
Hmm.
and pay GST or pay payroll tax, and it's
Yeah.
all unraveling. So it
And one
feels very
day there won't be any
futile.
more taxes and your job will be obsolete.
Yeah,
So it's like, oh, I get to play this role for a little while longer. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but you can still have the resistance, and that's not a problem.
yeah. I make it a problem because I should be doing something. So yeah, it's funny. But
Yeah.
I'm still peaceful. I don't feel
Hmm.
I feel bad. Do I feel bad? I suppose I feel bad in a way, but I also know that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's true.
If I'm meditating or if I'm coloring or if I'm making a bracelet or if I'm whatever or making food. Some
Mm.
days I don't even feel like cooking, so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do what I don't anyway. But
I'm going on
because
dates and I can't help myself. I'm just doing it. I'm thinking, Nina, why are you doing this? Like it's crazy, but we don't really have a choice. Like we do, but we don't at the same time.
we do, but we don't, right?
We think we have, oh, I'm going to do this today, and then it doesn't get done. It's like, oh, but I had intention.
My
But does it
bookkeeping.
matter? It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
that's right.
And I'm thinking,
That's
oh,
it.
well, here I
And
am.
and resisting it is the conflict. Allowing it to just flow through
Mhm.
is not
Mm-hmm.
conflict, and you're at peace, right? So date
Yeah.
all over the place.
It's just such a learning experience, and I think
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. I might not always feel like I'm having a good time, but I'm learning so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you dating the same fella or different fellas?
A different one. Everyone's a different one.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
All
but it's
right,
really
Nina.
bringing a
We're
lot of
finding out
self-awareness.
something about you.
It's a
I'm kidding.
self-awareness. It's really bringing a lot of self-awareness
Yeah.
and and it brings a lot of questions up in within
Yeah.
my mind, like, Nina, what what is it that you really want? And it always brings back these lessons to remember who I really am and what does that look like in relationship, right?
Yeah.
And it's bringing clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So fun.
it is. It's a surprise. It's like surprise.
It is a surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because we fight. Like I fight my days when I don't want to do the bookkeeping and yet it piles up. I also fight throwing shit out. Like I need to start throwing some shit out.
I know
or
you
doing
wouldn't.
something with it, and I can't.
Exactly. I hear you. Yep.
I
Yep. I have
can't.
a pile of laundry sitting over there across my room, and I have to get to it because that's been
Yeah,
sitting there for a day, and I have
yeah.
to, I have to fold all those clothes right there. It's like, oh, it's just, it'll get done.
It'll get done.
Everything will get done. It's just the mind goes, but I want to do it now. I want to do it yesterday.
Or I should do it now. I should be excited.
Yeah.
I should. We're
Hmm.
shoulding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop shoulding.
Yeah.
I get to fold laundry. I get to go for a walk. I get to make some food today. I get
Yes.
to close the windows on my camper van because it's now raining.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to rain overnight, so I closed the side windows because it's been so stinking hot that I wanted airflow, even if it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I closed those last night and left some of the top open.
I
Okay, I
wonder
get
if
to.
I have my top vent open in my van. I can't remember. Oh well.
Oh well, it's just water.
It's just water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just water.
Yeah. Anyway.
So interesting.
It
Oh,
is,
there's
isn't it?
no
It's
will
so
but God's.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's already the case.
yeah.
And it
And we
hasn't
already
changed.
feel peace. We just love to have, love to make our physical body journey chaotic and conflicting instead of just flowing with the peace of God. And I really feel like
Mm.
I'm practicing that.
We are. We are. And it's being reflected back to you through us.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
like this is it.
yeah. This is it. This is our run.
Yeah. We have to
Fun.
close our eyes. We have to close our eyes today to experience that peace.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't feel it with our eyes open,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right?
close your
These
eyes.
conflict thoughts are meaningless. I think I'm mastering that.
Yay. And if
Yay.
you're mastering it, that's a reflection for me
Yeah,
of
and Kelly.
self-mastery. And
Definitely.
that's good
Mm-hmm.
news. That's the good
It
news.
is.
Because when
It
we see
is.
the reflections, it means that something's happening.
Well, that's uniting us. So that's the
Mhm.
oneness that we need reminding of, the
Mm-hmm.
oneness.
Yes, and that brings joy and happiness.
Yeah.
That's what we really want.
That's what we really want.
Yeah. To remember that present joy is everything.
Yeah, it is. I will end the recording on that beautiful positive note.